Birth, they say, is life's lottery ticket. Now, let's go way back to 1962, when it all started to take shape. Wemabod Estates Limited is one of Nigeria's leading, oldest, and most prominent real estate companies. It started in Lagos in the year 1962 as Nabani Estates Limited. Had only 8 properties at the time. It was a wholly owned subsidiary of the National Bank of Nigeria Limited.
Well, Wemabod is an iconic institution, been in existence since 1962. I was fortunate to have worked with Wemabod in 1974 before I traveled abroad. It's a legacy company, a legacy institution that is a fully owned subsidiary of Odua Investment Company Limited. Wemabod has a huge asset portfolio spread throughout the old western region of Nigeria, and that spreads across all the 6 states that make up the southwestern region.
Then came the turning point for Nabani Estate as the company's ownership changed. It was handed over to the Western Nigerian Marketing Board, where the name Wemabod Estate was derived. And this event took the company to its next level.
And that Wemabod itself, actually evolved from Western Nigeria Marketing Board, who are the board responsible for cocoa quality control and export for the Western region. But all the assets that grew from there, as I said, which included Western House, Investment House, Development House, and all the major iconic buildings that you see in Lagos, from Broad Street all the way to Marina and so on and so forth, to Apapa and in Ibadan, which was headquarters of Western region in those days. All those assets in Ikeja, all the way, all around, even up to, Bafemi Awolowo way. All those assets were owned by Wemabod at that time.
The company owned the iconic Western House, which at the time of its commissioning in 1963 was the only modern skyscraper of international standard in Nigeria.
You will agree with me that Wemabod has a lot of real estate assets in strategic location, especially in the southwest of Nigeria. Of course, we also have real estate assets in Abuja and in Port Harcourt. But if you look at some of the assets we have, they are one of the most strategically located on Broad Street, on Marina, in the Ikeja Residential Estate, and all over, the southwest, in Akure, in Ado-Ekiti, in Ibadan. We have all those properties strategically. So Wemabod plays a significant role in the real estate development and the real estate sector of the country, owing to the number of the real estate assets that we have and the asset base. And the reality of the matter is that it can continue to grow.
This was shortly followed by Cocoa House, Ibadan, which for several years was the tallest building in sub-Saharan Africa and is located at Dugbe, Ibadan. It was formerly called Ile Awon Agbe, which means the House of Farmers. The building is still one of the tallest in Africa.
That Wemabod sprung from Cocoa House, for example. Everybody knows Cocoa House. It used to be the tallest building in Africa before Nitel came up with their own building.
Huge expansion began to take place in 1975 when Wemabod acquired West African Pictures Limited as a subsidiary. The company's shares were transferred and several of its assets were sold to Wemabod. Some of those assets include the popular casino cinema, Yaba, which was a major focus of attraction during the Nigerian Civil War and which has now been redeveloped into a 36-flat edifice.
What I know about Wemabod really is that, over the years it has evolved and become a flagship of Odua Investment. Flagship in the sense of the fact that it's asset portfolio has grown, both in terms of size and also in terms of appreciation over the years. We are on that particular board to sustain that and to expand and improve on what has existed, what our forebears have left behind for us.
Wemabod developed and acquired several properties such as Banuso House, Development House, Odua House, located at Lugard Avenue, Ikoyi, Golden Court off Adeni Jones Avenue, Ikeja, Apapa Mall, Wemabod Shopping Complex, and Western House, which is where the company now resides.
We've seen a situation whereby the operation of Wemabod is predominantly based on rental revenues. But since 2020, we've tried to change that narrative. We're now doing more of real estate development. We are currently on site at about 3 locations in Lagos, and we do believe that the one in Nakure and Ado-Ekiti will also commence before the end of this year. And chances are that by the time we also grow that development portfolio and continue to ramp up on our revenue generation from the rental assets, it will continue to grow our revenues.
Wemabod also has major shares in and co-developed the Akure Shopping Complex. The company also acquired the rights to the Ikeja Residential and Industrial Estates. In 1976, the incorporation of Odua Investment Company Limited took place, and Wemabod Estates Limited effectively became a subsidiary of the group.
We run a strategy as a group that we call SLC 2025, which is sweating assets, reviving some of our assets, and creating new businesses. In so doing, we recognize that OICL as the holding company and Wemabod, we are all into real estate. So literally we are competing with each other. A decision has been taken that we need to focus, and all our real estate properties under investment has been handed over to Wemabod, and they are going to run and operate going forward. More fundamentally is that we have challenged them to focus more on real estate development rather than the previous situation where they relied more on rent collection, which we call property management. So this time around, we are going to see a more vibrant Wemabod that is going to acquire lands, is going to do joint ventures, is going to be a developer of multiple, either as commercial entities, offices, or residential, both classic as well as what you can call premium and luxury real estate development. So their own focus is going to be more aligned in that direction.
As the Yoruba proverb says, an unborn child has one mother, but the moment he is born, he becomes a child of many mothers. It has been a long ride since 1962, but all that was needed were solid minds and a full tank.
Through KPMG, they have been able to refocus and redirect the energies and the business sector of Wemabod. I know that they had a 5-year development plan put in place in 2019. That's been reassessed in 2021. We're running with that right now. That has helped to sort of focus the business better than it was. And the return on investment, or in terms of dividends being paid to the shareholders, which has the 6 state governments, has been quite impressive in the last couple of years. So it's been a huge turnaround for Wemabod, and we hope that this 60th anniversary celebration will help to showcase exactly who we are, what we are, and to put the name of Wemabod right in the heart and minds of everybody, not just in the Southwest, but also in Nigeria.
Before we continue, we would like to appreciate the contributions of everyone who has turned this dream into reality. We appreciate you all. Wemabod has an impressive portfolio of historical real estate landmarks in Nigeria. The company developed several buildings, including the investment house at the popular CMS Junction and Obafemi Awolowo House, commonly known as Awolowo Glass House.
The real estate sector of the economy is one of the most significant sectors that we have come to play in recent times. And the reality of the matter is that this sector contributes an average of about 6% to the gross domestic product of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2021. The sector itself employs a number of professionals in the industry: architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, land surveyors, and all that. But beyond that, this sector creates a lot of employment opportunity for artisans working on development projects, for carpenters, for joiners, for iron benders. So in terms of the opportunity to be able to generate employment, this sector remains one of the biggest sectors in the economy in Nigeria, and that is why the sector is very important. There are four areas that we need to look at when you're talking about real estate. There is residential, there is commercial, there is industrial, and of course there is land investment. What is critical in the real estate sector, especially in development projects, is location. In fact, we say it that three major things are important in real estate. Number one is location, number two is location, number three is location. And that underscores the way Wemabod plays into the real estate sector.
As our people would say, only the things which you have struggled for will last. The portfolio of Wemabod Limited is highly concentrated in Lagos and spreads to other southwestern states across the country.
Predominantly, we operate in the southwest region of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. However, as a matter of strategic intent, we want to grow our asset base in other regions. So there's nothing wrong in us also growing our asset base in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory. We also want to grow into the south-south area, enhancing our real estate assets also in Port Harcourt, which we currently have one that we're currently operating on. But the reality of the matter is we want to grow into the other areas of Nigeria where real estate business makes a lot of sense for profitability.
All of those who contributed to the success of the company understood that the idea is not to live forever, but to recreate something that will. The company, whose vision is to be the flagship real estate solution provider, has embarked on historical solid buildings that still stand strong today.
I see a Wemabod in another 10-20 years whereby you look back and say, oh, this is a company that was established some 60 years ago, now 80 years now, and we've done this, we've done that in the area of infrastructural development, in the area of joint ventures, in the area of bringing in more estates, and all the ones that are in existence, they are going to consolidate on that and establish more. And I'm happy to say that they've started with big joint ventures. All our moribund buildings, dilapidated buildings, are coming up in terms of joint ventures whereby new estates are being built. So I see Wemabod to be a big player in the area of estate management in Nigeria. And I would say in Africa, there's nothing wrong for Wemabod to go to African countries and have a joint ventures with estate agents, estate management companies like theirs, and establish over there. So I see a bigger picture in Wemabod in the next few years.
As a leading real estate company, Wemabod Limited is committed to serving the interest of its stakeholders, customers, staff, and the community at large. In order to truly reflect her operations and to avoid stereotypes, the company in 2021 changed her name from Wemabod Estates Limited to Wemabod Limited. Cheers to decades of growth as the property giant marks its 60th anniversary this year, 2022.
Goodwill message for Wemabod attaining 60. I want to commend those who have the vision to have set up Wemabod, that we know is Western Nigeria Marketing Board. People who have led at different times as management and board. And to, at this point in time, to recognize the current effort where through the board and management of Wemabod, they are resourcing appropriately and positioning themselves to be an active player in real estate development. I want to, on behalf of the management of Odua Investment Limited and also the board of Odua Investment Limited, that we are there to give them support. There are core areas where they will need support in terms of reaching out to shareholders, which we are already doing, facilitating excellent relationship with shareholders. And I'm talking about the various states of the Southwest where they are doing business, to make sure that we can help them to overcome any odds they might have. And more fundamentally, I wish them that they continue to study the market, identify where the demands are, and make sure that they are delivering products that the market will reward them with bountiful profit on. I want to wish them well, the entire management and staff there, and I also want to wish, and the board who have been instrumental in backing this very vibrant management that we have, and also to the board of Odua Investment, who have been rock solid in supporting this initiative that we are driving through our flagship property real estate company limited, Wemabod, that we see as being positioned to be among the top 5 companies in real estate development in Nigeria. Happy anniversary to Wemabod, and God bless.
It's been 60 years of transformation and building on its core strength.
But let me first say that for a company to have been in existence for 60 years, it's the most exciting thing. It's a key institution, an iconic institution that we should be proud of.
To celebrate its 60th anniversary, the company, whose headquarters is on the 5th floor of the Western House building, upgraded its office to world-class setting, living up to its standards of excellence. The office space, which used to be a fully furnished but regular partitioned closed office among the over 200 offices in Western House, now features high-quality finishing with furniture and fittings, state-of-the-art systems, exceptional accessibility with contemporary office equipment that definitely integrates a notable increase in productivity for the optimum results to our clients.
I was impressed when I went to Western House the last time, about a week ago, and I saw a new Wemabod, world-class. Our focus is to become a world-class organization. And if you want to become a world-class organization, you must be able to compete within that system.
In celebration of its 60th anniversary, the company is commissioning several projects, and they include 37A and C, Ikoyi Crescent, Casino Heights, Yaba, the Affordable Homes Project at Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State.
We believe that with the strategic partnership we have struck with family-owned funds, we will be able to ramp up production of homes in the affordable bracket for the citizens of Nigeria, especially in the Southwest. And we've started that in Ado-Ekiti, also working at the back of Federal Mortgage Bank to be able to midwife an arrangement where prospective homeowners can access mortgages to be able to buy those homes. That will be ramped up with other states, especially in the Southwest, in the next 2 years. We are currently working with the Oyo State government also in Ibadan to be able to attract land contribution for us to be able to execute this project. The one in Akure in Ondo State is almost at the conclusion stage, and we believe that in a matter of few months, most of the construction activities will start on those sites.
The success of the company has been a collaborative effort of different talents in the departments, which include the estate unit, legal, finance, technical, public relations, and HR or admin as they work together to accomplish greater things and to be at the forefront of real estate business in Nigeria. The big question is, what do you see as the future of Wemabod?
Well, to be 60 years is not a small age. It's an adult age. Some 60-year-old men and women, they are grandparents. So my goodwill is to pray that Wemabod will continue to grow from strength to strength, and the good Lord will continue to be their guide and guide. And I pray that by the time the board, including the Odua Group board, by the time they leave, their names will be written in platinum, and they will always be remembered the way we remember the founders of Wemabod. So our own generation too will be remembered for good.
Happy birthday to you on this occasion of yours. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns. Happy birthday to you on this occasion of yours.